We're gathered here in the presence of God, in fellowship and as a witness to our faith, as we pay tribute to the life of Steve Feaver. For Steve Feaver, whether he was coach, teacher, citizen, father, or grandfather, modeling and shaping people of character was more important than the outcome of any single contest. A determined, consistent, and faithful man, firm as a coach, but gentle as a husband, father, and grandfather, Steve lived life to the fullest, enjoying each day, or as he was fond of saying, striving to make each day his masterpiece.
Steve is my brother, but even more, he's my hero. At 5 years my senior, I never felt the desire to compete with him as closer-age siblings might have. He clearly would have kicked my butt. Rather, he was an example that I always looked up to.
Good coaching is good teaching and nothing else. And trying to encapsulate Steve Feaver and his legacy to us, this quote reflects Steve and what he tried to bring those who were fortunate enough to know him.
We are sad that Dad is gone, but Erika and I feel incredibly lucky to have had such an amazing father. He spent so much time with us from the day we were born to his last day on earth and had such an impact on our lives that I'd like to say, thank you, Dad. Thank you for being my role model. Thank you for showing me the way to live, how to be a man, how to be a husband, how to be a father.
Most of you knew my dad as coach. Those of you who had the honor and privilege of playing for him most likely looked up to him, not only as a coach, but as a mentor. Some of you may have even looked to him as a father figure. I feel incredibly lucky that I got to call Coach Feaver my dad.
Dad's life was too short, but I feel like the luckiest kid in the world to have Steve Feaver as my father.
Steve's greatest joy and will to live and fight his cancer in his last days came from being with his family. Seeing his grandchildren, Natalie and Noel, Molly and Charlie, play games in the backyard, perform for the family, and just be kids brought a smile to his face like nothing else.
Steve used water polo to build team camaraderie and unity that was needed in order to have a successful program. A program that had individuals wanting to enter high school to actually participate in aquatics and not football. Water polo and swimming became one of the signature sports in our community. And to name the pool was the least that could have been done to show the appreciation our community had towards all Steve had accomplished.
Dad loved his work. He loved teaching PE and coaching swimming and water polo. He loved the city of Turlock. He loved working in high school. He loved the Bulldogs. One of Dad's great gifts was his ability to use the game as a way to teach life lessons. One Christmas, when Erika and I were young kids, we were given a Rubik's Cube. We were playing with them trying to see Dad's parents in Hanford. We struggled with the puzzle as we drove down Highway 99. I could get most of the sides the same color, but was having trouble with one or two of the final squares. I started to peel the stickers off to squish them. And Dad noticed what I was doing. He pulled our orange Volvo wagon to the side of the freeway, got out of the car, opened up my door, and got right in my face. He told me that I was cheating the game, and that if I did not put the stickers back the right way, he would take it away. I remember that one-sided conversation like it was yesterday. How you played the game was more important to Dad than the outcome. Coach Feaver's goals was not just improving his players' water polo skills or teaching them to swim faster, but to be better people.
The last time that I saw Steve was the All-Star game at Turlock High School. He came on in deck as he always had done, with a smile on his face and a twinkle in his eye. This is how I want to remember Steve. It's no different than what he had always done, but it is what I'm going to miss most about him.
To this day, I still swim most mornings, and so often, following that line up and down the pool, I think of Steve and the many life lessons I've learned from him along the way.
I remember having a conversation with my dad just this past Thanksgiving. He said it's easy to say you trust in God when everything is going good, but when times are tough is when you really have to put your money where your mouth is, so to speak. My dad did everything he physically could to fight that cancer. He had to completely put his trust in God, and that is exactly what he did. He prayed every day that his attitude and conduct during this experience would glorify God and bring people closer to Jesus. We all feel so blessed that my dad survived almost a year after his diagnosis. It was a long, hard year, but we also experienced many blessings along the way. I miss my dad so much, and I'm sad that he is no longer here with us, but I take comfort in the fact that he has touched many lives and know that he will hold a special place in all of our hearts. I love you, Dad. You are my hero. I look forward to seeing you again in heaven.